Hey, what's up, Village fam? Welcome to another episode of the Village HI Podcast, a community for inspiration, elevation, and empowerment. I'm your host, Rocky Savaina. Man, we got somebody in the studio today ready to go. Before we even turn on the cameras, we was already all fired up. But hey, I got Chef Shan in the studio today. Everybody, give it up for Chef Shan.
What's up, gang? Chef Shan here.
Oh, I like that intro. No, but man, the energy is great. How I first came about, I don't know. Shan knows the story. I probably just told her quickly before this, but man, I seen you doing a little cooking skit, teaching, Tossie.
Right.
Shout out to Tossie for hooking us up.
Thank you, Toss.
Making the connection. But Tossie, I mean, she didn't even know she knew how to open up the canned corned beef. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness. What kind of Samoan is that? Yeah?
Right, you know what I mean? None of can't even open. She couldn't do it with the knife, but it's all good. Hey, Toss, appreciate you.
Yep.
But off of that, just that section right there alone, man, like the energy, you got such an infectious just vibe about you, the smile.
Thank you.
You know, and I was like, man, who is this chick over here? You know,
where's she been hiding?
You know what I mean? But yeah, hey, Chef Shan, you got the mic. Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, Toss came at a good time. I knew her for a lot of years, actually. Yeah, and
she baby.
Yeah, she's young, but she's around.
Yeah.
So I knew her for quite some time, and then I was like, "Yo, I trying to do some videos. I'm just trying to get out of my comfort zone. You wanna do a video with me?" And she was like, "Down." So the first time we scheduled, she canceled, and then the second time she came through. She's like, "No, for real, I'm coming." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I was like, "Why don't we just do like a Samoan dish, like something in our culture?"
Yeah, something simple.
And I didn't even know that she was that terrible in cooking. I was like,
"Oh, hey,
wow.
we already laid it out there for everybody."
But hey, she was willing to learn, and that's the most we can ask, because she had the energy, and she was like, "My grandma gonna be proud of this one." So I was like, Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that was one of your first videos that you did.
Yeah, I mean, I did a few, but yeah, one of my first getting out of my comfort zone, because I was really camera shy,
Oh, yeah?
Now I'm like, hey.
I could never think that you was camera shy.
Oh my God.
Just with the energy.
Yeah.
But hey, before we get into the cooking, before we get into everything else, how was your upbringing? I mean, tell us where you're from, where you grew up. I mean, how that lifestyle was growing up.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We gonna get into it, girl. You better take a deep breath.
Yeah,
you got an oxygen tank back there if you need it.
I know. I need a couple shots of coffee over here. No, but my mom is a Kalihi Valley girl, and my dad is a Kalihi Valley boy. And they were on two sides of the valley, the Pink Star Way and then the Nihi Street Way. Yeah. So, it was what do you call it?
Kalihi's in your blood.
Yes.
Kalihi.
Oh my God.
I thought you were the West Sider.
Oh no. No. I don't claim. I mean, there's nothing wrong with West Side. It's beautiful, but I don't claim West Side. But yeah, Kalihi Valley. How do you say, high school sweethearts? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So they had 4 kids. Me and my siblings, and I'm the second oldest. Yeah.
Okay.
So. My mom was married to my dad, and then my dad had was growing up, and my mom, I was super young. I think I was maybe 6, 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
But I was watching my dad struggle with drug addiction.
Oh, yeah. How old were you again? Sorry.
Maybe 6.
Oh, he's young.
Yeah. And then
how did you being a 6-year-old, what was did something different, or did you see things, physical things, or just his presence or his energy different?
It was different, because I would see him he would, prior to the drug addiction, he was a really good father. He would always take us to the beach or hiking.
Active, involved.
Yeah, very involved. And then all I saw, when I was, from what I can remember, was my mom would always fight with him, and then I'd be like, what's happening,
And that wasn't the norm before.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
nobody had perfect relationships, but it wasn't.
It was always continuously fighting, and then I would just be like, what's happening, as a kid, just wondering. And then my mom would be like, you're on drugs, you got to choose your family. And then he would just always run away with whoever he was doing his drug. Yeah. And then, I'd notice he'd be in the restroom longer than normal. And my mom would be like, what the hell are you doing in there? And then I started to realize oh, now he's in and out of prison. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of toxic. As a kid, I'm seeing this, but then I pick up on my mom's mom, her my Samoan side, my Samoan grandma. She's like,
So your mom's side is Samoan.
yeah, my
Oh,
mom
there
is
you go.
Samoan.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was kind of heavy, but when grandma says something,
Yeah.
it goes. It's golden.
That's the boss. Yeah.
Like that is God right
Yeah.
there. Like
Yeah.
pretty much God. So my grandma, I just would hear my grandma tell my mom like, oh, he's messing up, and you get kids. You need to divorce this guy. Like he's no good. You cannot drag him. You cannot help him. He got to help himself. I watch my grandma talk.
And that's
to
the
my
reality
mom.
of it too when people are on substance, right?
Yeah. So being young and seeing that, and then I remember my grandma telling my mom like, it's okay you have 4 kids because we're gonna take care of you. Us family, we're gonna take care.
The village gonna take care.
Yeah.
That's really
So it
it's
really
about.
does take a village to raise a family, and it was just not just my grandma, like my mom's sisters.
Yep.
All the Samoans over there did this. And they had their kids too. So I grew up with all my cousins all in this Kalihi Valley house for a little bit. So after the divorce and my dad was in and out of prison, I think I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my auntie Elaine from Whitmore Village.
Shout them out. Hey, shout them out. Shout them out. They
Yeah,
gotta get their flowers.
She's a legacy. Everybody know her. Trust me. Auntie Elaine.
Shout out Auntie Lane.
Yeah, Auntie Elaine passed away about 2 years ago, but
sorry to hear that.
no, but the legacy lives on.
sure.
We actually, speaking about her, every Thanksgiving she used to make plates like she would have like
plate lunch
turkey,
kind?
plate
Yeah,
lunch. Like when Thanksgiving plate
Yeah.
with everything inside, and she would just out of her pocket she would give to the community every year.
I seen you, if I'm not mistaken, I seen you one time making like free poke bowls and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah,
Is it
I do
kinda around
that.
the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, that one I just did just because I had so much ahi, and I just
Yeah.
was like, I want to give back. I think that was
But the
Easter.
giving heart came from your family,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh yeah, for sure.
Good model on your Auntie Lane.
Yeah. So Auntie Lane, every year she fed the people that was hungry. They fed the hungry,
Yeah.
and out of her own pocket. And so with her daughters and stuff, we still every year now we do that during Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Is we make about maybe 400 or 500 plates.
Oh dang.
Yeah, we
To
do
this
it.
day? You guys still
Yes,
going up?
yeah.
Wow.
We actually we do a big emu every
Mm-hmm.
year, and we tell the community too. Bring your guys turkeys, whatever you like, feed your family. Put them inside.
Oh, nice.
Then we get donations of turkeys, and then everybody lines up, and then. Hey, shout out to Hawaiian Eateries. They always
Yeah.
donate.
Yeah,
They donate,
feel free to
bruh.
give people the props or the recognition.
Yeah,
Because all that stuff helps. You know what I mean? You're doing
no,
things like that.
Hawaiian Eateries is huge. Last year they donated like 100 pounds of potato mashed
right
potato. I can't even say, like 50 pounds of the cranberry sides, 50 pounds of the green beans, all the sides.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow. So I deviate amongst, I gave my cousin them some for their plates. And then I also went to the Key Project in Kalu.
Hey, can you explain a little bit about Key Project? 'Cause I've heard the term or the name. I have no clue what the Key Project is.
Well,
I know we kind of drifting a little bit.
No,
but-
I know. But I do a lot of caterings with them and stuff.
Okay.
But they're like pretty much a native Hawaiian business that like specializes in like teaching the culture.
Okay.
And I don't know everything about them. I just know that every time we do an event, it's like helping out the kupuna. They do like classes teaching how to
nice.
pound poi, just like taking care of the land. They do emus every year, like my cousin, and they would do a massive one, like massive, the biggest emu I've ever
for real.
seen. I went last
And is
year.
that open to the public?
Yeah, so anybody can bring their whatever they want to put
Yeah.
in, but they just charge like a small fee for handling,
Yeah.
and
Because that's a process. That's literal labor work
and
and
that's
all
just
that.
a fundraiser
Yeah.
though, because they do a lot for the community.
Oh, nice.
So and that's all volunteers too. So
Oh,
I
great.
stopped over there right after Hawaiian Eateries because they're in Kaneohe. So I was like, I'm gonna hit up my friend Rainbow that
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
works at Key Project, and she's kind, she's loving, she's
Mm-hmm.
a really good person. So I hit her up and I was like, oh sis, I know you get plenty volunteers today. I'm gonna drop off some food so you
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
can feed all the volunteers
Oh,
that's
nice.
doing the emo. And she was like, I would love that. So I gave them cases of mashed potato, all the sides,
Yeah.
and they were like, Thank you so much.
I love
Yeah.
hearing that because it's like, you have a company or a business, shout out to them. They give back. And
Yeah.
then you continue to give back. And just that alone, like you guys touch so many people. But
Yeah.
that's the amazing thing about, giving from the heart and just giving in general. You spur that type of, energy,
You
like
break
and
bread,
vibe. Yeah,
man.
you know what I mean?
Break it.
And I always
you
feel
know?
like a meal. I mean, I didn't get this slim, you know what I mean? From just, eating salad. But
Yeah.
I always enjoyed like a meal because you can sit down, talk stories. That's where
Yes.
you can kind of just, kind of just mute everything out and just enjoy conversation,
Yes. Build relationships.
Yeah.
That's huge,
For sure.
Yeah.
But jumping back, Auntie Lane, shout out to Auntie Lane, even though, in heaven.
Yeah.
But for her leaving a legacy for doing that Thanksgiving. So, she was a pillar in your life,
Yes,
And,
yes.
and is she the one that kind of got you into like maybe the cooking part?
Actually, that's my mom's oldest sister. My
Okay.
mom, my family actually could cook.
Mom can throw it down?
My mom can throw down
Huh?
all day.
Ah,
Yeah, my
okay.
mom can cook. Yeah,
Auntie, I might have to request on plate pretty soon.
yeah. Trust me. She gonna rap with you in Samoan.
Hey, right
she
on,
can
right
talk.
on.
Yeah,
Teach
but-
me.
Yeah, teach me.
Sometimes I'm labeled plastic.
Hey, man,
That's
you-
another
hey,
conversation.
as long as you're honest,
You know what I
it's,
mean?
Same. You know.
Same.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. Oh,
yeah,
mom
so-
throws it down.
Mom can throw down,
Mm-hmm.
Actually, my grandpa, her dad is
Mm-hmm.
so my mom is Samoan Filipino. So her dad, yeah.
Come on,
Bro,
Samoan
bro,
Filipinos
bro,
out there.
Yeah. My mom, so her dad,
Hey, we're a special
Yeah,
special
that's what-
group,
that's what
breed.
that's
I don't know what you
yeah.
call us, but we special out
Yeah.
there. The few.
the warm-blooded. Yeah. So yeah, he actually, when I was super young, I remember him cooking pork chops with squash, like sabao, like soup. So he would pick me up and put me on the counter, and I'd just see like watching him cook. And I just say, Papa, what is that? And then he'd give me make rice balls and then
Yeah.
make my bowl. And I would eat that thing till like I was super full. Like, I'd be like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this is the best.
It's like comfort memories, you mean, when you look
Yes.
back, right?
Yeah. So I would watch him cook all the time because my Samoan grandma was very lucky. She had a husband that could cook. She never have to. She enjoyed bingo and raising us, giving us cracks
Yeah.
as needed.
The normal.
Yeah, the normal,
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a huge part. My grandpa, and then my mom, and then my dad's side, the Portuguese side.
So your dad, even though with your dad out of the picture, you still had a pretty good relationship with your dad's
Oh
side of the
yeah,
family.
yeah. Because
That's good to hear.
that's crazy that you say that because our family pretty much grew up together. My dad's brother and my mom's sister also they married. So
Huh?
yeah, so
Oh,
brother,
you guys kept it close,
yeah.
huh?
So it was kind of always a thing then because I would always see one side with the Samoan side with the Portuguese side, the Portuguese side with the Samoan side, always. So they were super close with all my mom's sisters because they all went to
I mean,
Farrington.
obviously, we have still
Yeah.
somebody that's married and together too. So with the families, right?
But they also went to school together, Farrington.
The G's,
Yeah,
G's
yeah,
up.
the governors, Yeah, so that was cool. I grew up like bouncing back and forth regardless of my dad's situation. And my grandmother was always like open arms. My dad's side.
How was it for your mom? Like your mom, I mean, it sounds like you had a really good, support system, a village behind you guys. But how was the struggles with your mom raising four? I mean, even though she has the support of your grandma and the family, I'm sure the dynamics of being a single mom wasn't easy,
Yeah, it wasn't.
Talk about some of the struggles, some of the hardships that you see, because I mean, we got single moms, single dads out there that are like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can make it. You know what I mean? This struggle is hard, especially like nowadays, everything being so expensive,
Yeah.
multiple kids. I mean, just hearing somebody that went through that process just gives like some hope. Like, I just
Yeah.
gotta grind through this and keep it going.
Well, my mom, she's very headstrong. She is a strong woman. Like
Yeah.
she is the type like nobody can break her. What I say is what I say.
Yeah.
And she is very independent and right now she's been single for quite some time. She got married a few times after it didn't work out, but the struggle was most of the time we don't see her struggle because she's so strong that
Yeah.
she's not home for those things for us to see her break down, you know. I think the only time I did see her break down was when she had to break the news that our father passed away. And that was the only time I've seen my mom fully like embrace us.
How much do you think that like culture plays a part, or like as an
Culture for
individual,
sure.
you know?
No, culture for sure. My grandma was very headstrong. Like you got to be strong for your family. You cannot show weakness, you know. So my mom picked up on that, you know, and so my mom used to work like, you know, 2-3 jobs, and there's 4 of us. So there's 4 of us, and then my auntie Elaine was living in Whitmore Village, and we were living in her house. My mom was renting out a bedroom and had me and my 2 younger siblings, and then the oldest one was living with my grandma in Kalihi Valley still, because she's like, I want to live with grandma. 'Cause she wanted to be spoiled. She didn't want the struggle, you know. So my mom was like, that's fine, you know, she can help out grandma, she can stay there. So then me and my 2 younger siblings, and my mom would barely be home because she'd always be working. But then my auntie them took care of us because, you know, they fed us. My mom wasn't home, she was working.
Yeah.
And then I grew up with my cousins that I'm super close with, and we all grew up together. So my mom was always working, and whatever little time we saw, she would take us out. And I think mostly it was more so like she was finding herself, you know, like from that point, I felt like she was like trying to like figure out what's happening, you know, like I just went through a divorce.
Yeah.
And this guy has a drug addiction. I have 4 kids. I gotta work like 2-3 jobs. What the hell? You know, like
that's so good that you brought that up, because we all, like, as you get older or different parts of your life, we all find ourselves. You know, I find that to myself. I'm like, bro, like I can either see myself mature or the things that I'm not doing, and like, what do I do next? You know what I mean? Like, we're always, I mean, that's what life really is about. It's not this perfect, like, oh, by this age, by this time, and you go through in divorce. You know what I mean? You I mean, whatever, you know, go through substance. How do I bounce back? Whatever. I mean, that's such a good point that you brought, because life is a process.
It is,
you know?
and where you was yesterday ain't the same person you are today. You know, and some people like to bring up that stuff from a year ago.
Hey, let's touch upon that, right? How do you feel?
Oh my gosh.
Because that's true. When you start to grow and elevate, you truly as a person, like, yeah, I know that I gotta change.
Right.
And you start to make those improvements or those choices, right?
Yes.
Whether it's removing yourself from an old friend group, a relationship, whatever, environment. Well, when you change, you always got people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but you don't remember what you did to me,
Right.
or oh, you did this, or oh, you're really like that. Oh, see, hey, back to the same person. You get all pissed off. Like, that's, how do you deal with that, or like, what is your thoughts on that? Because that's
So this is how I deal with it.
Tell them, give them
This is
you know,
serious.
let it low.
I laugh and I go, you need to heal yourself. Like you are like putting negative energy out there, and it's like, it's useless.
Yeah.
So useless when you can jump on board with us and just vibrate on a different level.
Ride the wave with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why you gotta be behind and talk all that smack?
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
Yeah.
You keep talking your smack, but you behind me, you know? Because you ain't gonna talk about anybody that's less than you. Seriously.
Yeah.
You got, and why you guys gonna bring up things a year ago when like a year
Or 5
ago?
years ago, or 7 years, or
yeah.
like back when I was in high school, you know what I mean?
Like, I ain't the same person I was yesterday. I just keep elevating because that's how I move. And if you can talk about that stuff, that's how you move. Real slow.
And you obviously stuck in that period of time.
Yes.
Right?
And that's called, that period of time is like depression, you know, for somebody. So the only way you can move is forward. You can move backwards. But hey, that's not good. That's not a good place to be, you know?
I mean, I think sometimes just even like not even responding.
Yeah.
Like a simple just like, hey, I heard it, but you know what? I ain't gonna address it, because then you open that door, that conversation that somebody wants to have.
Right.
You mean like, oh, okay, now we can get into it. And just, you know, we all have triggers still. You know, like I hate the thing that like when people put in your face like, oh, I thought you changed. Oh, I thought you don't get mad no more. Oh, I thought you don't care.
Am I perfect?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
I still get pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have great energy. I love to ride high on vibes. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm still a fleshly person.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Say the wrong thing, I still get pissed off, you know?
Right.
But it's like, knowing that sometimes the smarter thing is like, I don't even give a response. I don't turn. That's why the front windshield is bigger than the back rearview mirror.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
I'm looking ahead.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, I love that.
That's good. This platform, this podcast is really meant to, like, when people tune in, when you guys are watching Village Fams, it's like, shoot, I can relate to that.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I just got pissed off yesterday. I blew up yesterday. You know what I mean?
And then you sleep on it, and then you empty it out, and you start new.
Yeah.
A new
And just move
day.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think starving that nonsense is the best. Like, not even giving them the time of day. Like,
Yeah.
not even attention at this point. Like, sometimes I hear it and I just laugh and I just go, huh?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I kind of at that point.
Because it's kind of crazy, right? You've leveled up. I mean, I've seen you. I mean, you're traveling to different countries, different cities. I mean, this girl literally arrived this morning.
Yeah.
Text me last night. I'm like, hey, can't wait to see you in the morning. She's like, yeah, I'm about to jump on a flight. Like, what? Like, we tape in the morning, huh?
Yeah. Well, I was playing Baccarat
Yeah.
and I was on the tables, and then you're like, can you take a call? And I was like, bro, I'm on Baccarat
I was like-
winning right now. I'm on winning streak.
No, but I mean, I love the go-getter attitude, but you know what I mean? Like, that's so dope. But, going through back to your mom, just processing herself and kind of this, like, kind of finding herself. Like, how, for you, did that have to push you in a place where, like, okay, my mom is finding herself right now. I have siblings. Somebody got to step up.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
So my siblings always say, they're for a normal family, there's always mom and dad.
Yeah.
And my siblings say there's mom and Shan.
Mom and
Always.
Shan.
Mom and Shan.
Hey, you're not
Yeah.
even print shop. We might have to make some t-shirts, Mom and Shan.
No, but that's exactly what they say, because my siblings are younger and I had to learn, like, I had to really learn how to cook, feed them, like, just make sure they don't get into trouble.
Yeah.
And sometimes they get into trouble and I get more into trouble because I'm older.
Hey, yeah, exactly. Right? The older one gets in trouble just
Yeah.
because you're supposed to keep everybody else in check. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So you had to grow up and mature a lot.
Pretty quick, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
Your mom is still in the picture, though, right?
My mom is very involved in
Yeah,
my
so
life.
but it's just like knowing that, like, right, the dynamics of the family is like usually there's two people leading a household, right, or at least a strong person leading the household. But you're stepping up to the plate. You're leading your siblings. I mean, do you feel like you lost out your childhood, or just like or you just like, no, this is just what I do?
No, this is what it is, and that was God's plan. Like, I don't ever look back and go, oh, I should have done this, because the way I live life is like, oh, wow, that's nuts. I did all of that in this short period of time. Yeah, I don't regret. Nah, I kind of just live life, and I go, and if I did mess up along the way, I'm just like, oh, that was part of my journey.
Yeah,
And
you learned it.
just, Yeah, I gotta learn.
You got
I
that
gotta
under your belt.
Yeah, and I cannot do that again. You know what I mean?
The best thing about failure, people say failure. I said no. It's to me, it's falling forward. Like, because
Yeah.
you get it under your belt, you know what it felt like. You know the emotions. You know, like, what you could have did better, right? You know a bunch of stuff. For the people that only think they know, they have no experience,
Right.
right? So it accredits you because you went through the process, and like you said, like, hey, I just know how to be better the next time this comes around. You mean I'll make certain choices, I'll make these right moves, and you start with experience. So.
Yeah.
For you, though, for those of you watching, like, don't ever feel like you're failing at life, man. Like, because if you go through something, you gain experience, and experience is such a valuable thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What kind of skills do you feel like, as you're leading now, like, right, Mom and Shan, like, as you're leading your siblings, like, what kind of, like, skills or things that you feel like you developed that kind of really like molded you into the person that where I'm sitting across to today?
Basically, I'm that type of person. I'm like the leader of the pack.
Yeah.
Always the alpha.
Huh?
Always.
Yeah.
Always the alpha in my group. No matter where I go and what I do. Like, honestly, that's the energy. I'm a Leo,
Hey, I'm not into astrology and all these things, but when people shout out stuff like, I gotta know, okay, if you call yourself a Leo, what is a Leo? Some
well-
characteristics.
Well, I like nice
what is one thing?
things.
Okay.
Nice things. I work
I
hard.
seen you get a nice Forerunner. I don't know if you still get the Forerunner.
I do, and I have a lifted Tundra too. I mean Titan. I mean, wait, what do I have?
Oh, that was the other car.
took-
The other car.
That was the other one. Tacoma. Yeah. It's a hers and hers only.
If somebody had to live under a label or live with the label of something, what is probably the strongest characteristic that you maybe affiliate with being a Leo? I'm not putting you on the spot, girl. You gotta think.
No. characteristics, the first word that came to my head when you said that was honestly blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, blessed. Because I could say blessed as the first thing, and the second thing could be confident. Because
I definitely sense that and feel that from you, the confidence. You know
and
what I mean?
sometimes that comes off where people think I'm cocky, but I'm just like I outgrown some circles and they feel I'm being cocky, but I'm being confident and being myself and being like I know my worth, and if you guys not gonna pay me for this catering, I can get it somewhere else. You know?
Ooh, it just popped in my head. Culture, right? Samoan culture. When you're growing up, we're taught to not talk back, not express our feelings, to just go with whatever is said, right?
Right.
So, you know me, I got my kids, and that's something that I think I had to evolve a lot.
You have to
because
break. Yeah,
I had to break,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Even like businesses right now, right? You're killing it with all your things that you're doing. The thing that I struggle with, I'll put out there is that I have a hard time charging people.
Same.
Right?
Same.
I mean, and I think because culturally, right? Right? We talk about the village. We talk about taking care of everybody. Taking care of everybody for some people thinks that I'm supposed to get everything for free.
Right.
On the flip side, they don't see, I'm sure, the amount of hours of prep work, the hours of cleaning, setting up, the sore feet, sore back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And all of that stuff is not, it's not exchanged by getting paid. You know what I mean? And the thing is, like, a lot of times we use our own, like your auntie, prime example, using your own money to feed all these people. Sometimes, yes, the gratification of seeing everybody happy, seeing everybody fed, it goes a long way. But I say this, you don't get no money from that. How do you do it the next time?
So I hired a bomb ass assistant who does
Speak on that a little bit. I know we kind of jumping a lot of different places, but these are super important because everybody thinks that things are supposed to be free. Like even me back in the day, like, you know, when I was in college, or even like people kind of knew, like, hey, the football player or whatever, like, oh yeah, I know that person at that place, so we get hooked up or whatever. But if you really go hook people up, you're gonna pay full price,
Right.
and you're gonna support them.
Right.
But who did you hire?
One of my friends, Kavenna. So she
Shout you
Kavenna,
out.
we love you. So she's been my friend since we was kids. Our parents used to work coin groceries together at this food distributor company.
Okay.
So my mom and her mom was best friends. They worked together. So I grew up playing toys in the house while the parents is also having a few beers. You know what I mean?
Well, you know,
Playing outside
carport,
and the damn
planning
kids.
carports in Whitmore. You know what I mean?
The damn kids making a mess in the house. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was us.
Yeah.
So we
It's
grew
funny
up-
you say that, right? All the adults is in the carport. Everybody else inside the house.
Yeah.
You know, all the kids.
And
messing
then
up.
you walk
and then you
in
go in the
and-
house. You're like, what the hell?
upside down. That was us. Yeah. Oh my
You better
gosh.
clean it up.
Yeah, you better clean it all up. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. So we was childhood friends, and we just kind of stayed friends forever. And then during the time of my divorce, at that time, I had to figure out what was happening with my life, and I had to hire somebody who could focus on still making me money while I was trying to get my head straight and my heart straight, and trying to grasp what was happening, at the time. And she's amazing because not only like she does a lot of stuff for me, like for the business, but as a friend, she's always there. Like she picks up the phone if I got a vent about certain things. Like, oh, it's like a shitty day,
Yeah.
And she's like, oh,
Which is
girl.
normal life.
Yes,
we're
it
gonna
is.
have those days. You know
It
what I
is,
mean?
and it's good to talk,
Yes.
and it's good to have a small circle of people you trust that hold that information and they don't use it against you. You know what I mean? And they keep it safe, and all they say is, hey, girl, let's bump up that energy because we attract money, and ever since I hired her, my business has grown. I make 20 times as much as I made last year.
And you had to invest in that. Like, right? You had
Yes.
to hire her and
Yes.
ask her, hey, do this for me for free. You
No,
know what
yeah,
I
I
mean?
hired her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
And
mean.
then, and incentives too, because the more I make, the more she makes, so that gives her incentive to
work harder and hustle harder.
Yeah, she hustle.
And when she hustle hard, gonna push you.
Yes,
right?
yeah, and she does push me.
That's
No.
something, that's something that I'm kind of in the phase of right now. Is where I'm building a team right now, and it's people that really, I told them straight up, the more you hustle, the type of person I'm gonna hustle harder.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just for me, I'm a scatterbrain. You know what I mean? I do something like this, I forget I'm supposed to do that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
sometimes and it's hard for me to just focus on one thing because at the end of the day, I think we're kind of the same. We want to help or do as much as we can.
Entrepreneur kind of
Yeah,
mindset.
you know,
Yeah.
and sometimes that is, I mean, that can kind of be like the opposite of what we should be doing.
Yeah.
But I mean, shoot, that's everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, can relate to that.
Yes,
in
yes.
some things. But yeah, so you got Kaven in your corner, and
Yeah.
she's helping you. You know, you went through your divorce.
Mm-hmm.
How was that emotionally for you?
Emotionally, let's be honest.
Be honest, girl.
I wasn't ready for it. I didn't even know what was happening. It moved
Yeah.
so fast.
Mhm.
I didn't even get a chance to even go through therapy about it and
Yeah.
like try to fix whatever was happening. It was so fast that I was like, "What the heck's happening with my life?"
So pretty much one false crack.
One
just like,
false
boom,
crack,
like,
bruh. And I never get knocked out. I got
Yeah.
a good wake up call.
Yeah.
And that was God saying, "Hey, girl, I got bigger plans for you."
Mm-hmm.
You know, like as the months and as the days and then the days were slower that time. We had to trying to figure out what was happening,
Mm-hmm.
and then the months roll by, and then I just started. I really just started surrounding myself with like business owners, like
Yeah.
smart people that like entrepreneurs, like Chef Kale. He's like huge in my
Yeah,
corner.
I see you guys do a
love
lot
him,
of stuff.
you
Yeah,
know? That's
Chef
my-
Kale, shout out to
Yeah,
Chef Kale.
shout out to Hawaii's only Chef Kale. Yeah, I love that guy. He huge mentor to me. You know, like
Right on.
he pulled me into a lot of the food scenes,
Mm-hmm.
and then he introduced me to a lot of people. And then after that, I kind of just took off. You
Yeah.
know, I was like grateful, and we don't see each other every day,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't talk every day, but whenever we need anything,
Yeah,
it's just
you
a
don't-
phone call
yeah.
or even like
A text or whatever, yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I could even call him and be like, bro, today was a shitty day, and then he's like, what happened? You know, and then he's really he's good with God too. You know,
Yeah.
he's very he hits on the God side too, so he's very positive. And then I met so much people through him, and then I just kept growing, and then I'm not stopping.
No, it's good that I love that you're touching on some key points because like I went through a divorce too, and that was like a huge reason why this village was created because how you're talking about you need to call people. Like I had my best friend like Alex, and he's somebody that I call in the morning, midday, afternoon about the same issues.
Yeah.
but they're still there just to listen.
Yes.
And they're not giving stuff. But, along with that, when I meet people that went through a divorce, I'm not like, oh, cuz you went through a divorce. Like, hey, we on the same team. Like,
Right.
it's not the celebration of the divorce. Because for me, I still feel like it's a covenant, bro. I have my own feelings or issues toward. But honestly, the person I was before my divorce
Mm-hmm.
and the opportunities I had before my divorce are not anywhere where it is now.
Right.
And that's the hard thing, I guess. And I, even like, I mean, this is another conversation with, like, I guess on the spiritual or church side.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to say because I've seen a lot of opportunities open up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And for me, it's like, well, shoot, I grew. You know what I mean? I was forced, like you said, you're forced to
You're
grow up.
forced.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like somebody forced you. If you have enough to just stay up, maybe
Yeah.
you fall on one knee.
Yeah.
But you got to get back up.
You gotta get back
Because
up.
I would say this: there's so much life. You're young. I'm young. There's so much life ahead of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through some times, and I mean, if you want to share about it too, but like I went through times where I was like, I drive. I'm a crane operator.
Mm-hmm.
On the waterfront, and there's other times that I take my kids to North Shore, so they exchange for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's times that I want to just drive into it, like turn, fuck, I gotta end this, bro. I gotta drive in the water. I want to jump out this crane, put the belt around my neck, and just, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
but those things is like mentally strong. I always told myself, like, bro, if I did this, my kids would wake up the next day with no dad. You know what I mean? And how would I put them through a whole life? And that's why I say it's important for us to have those people.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to, you need
let's
some stuff
touch
like
it.
that. Yeah, let's touch,
that's
because
it.
I think that's heavy that people
Yeah.
need to hear.
So I honestly haven't been that like, oh, let's end my
Yeah.
life, because I've come from past experience where my dad had a drug addiction
Yeah.
and he died from suicide. So
Wow.
that was never a thing that was in my head, like, end yourself, because I was the person on the other side who was like, wow, you just left us.
Wow.
You know what? All these unanswered questions that could never be answered, you know?
So that was that conversation that your mom had with you.
Well, my mom, she embraced all of us, and Samoan culture is like, love is like, go do that for me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
never like, come in, let me love you.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
what is this is
Yeah.
weird. You want to hug us?
What is this? I've never felt this before.
She's like, you want to love us? Oh my gosh.
How was that though when like that news was broken that your dad committed suicide?
Yeah, yeah. So
How was that?
So my mom was like, "Oh, your guy's dad passed away. Come." And then we're like, "What?"
Mhm.
And then we're like, "How?"
Yeah.
You know? And she said, "Oh, so he killed himself." And then we're like, "Whoa!" We just broke down.
Yeah.
And then my sister,
And how old were you at this time? Around this time?
13.
Oh, wow.
13. And my sister, she's 17. Yeah. She was going to Yale High School.
A-Town never down.
She's
Hey, shout out to Na'ali.
Yeah, she
You know
had
who
99
you on the
grand.
table with? Hey, you get some Na'ali blood in you, know? Try and act
Hey,
like, oh,
I guess some time over
You
there.
know what I
got
mean?
some time over there.
Turn out to the A, baby.
Yeah. So yeah, my sister was super close with my dad. That's his, his
So
baby
you're
girl.
13, your sister's 17.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you had another sibling, right?
Two more.
Two more.
Yeah, yeah.
Around
two
what
more.
ages?
12 and then was 8. Brad.
I mean, you're pretty much all at the age where you can fully
Yeah.
embrace,
Yeah.
like feel
Yes.
the heaviness about
and,
this.
And we were, we knew. But it wasn't like my mom wasn't with him. They were already
Mm-hmm.
divorced. So it wasn't like, like he was in our lives, like boom, boom.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was in and out of prison.
Yeah.
So it was like we barely saw him after for a few years. So it was kind of like a shock. It was
Yeah.
like, whoa, And then, they, my grandma them did their whole investigation and lawsuit stuff. And then we was kind of dragged along to watch those things. And my mom was like, maybe the kids don't need to be in here with the
Yeah.
lawyer and stuff.
yeah.
And you guys can just handle that, like
Yeah.
the legal side on your own. So it was good. My mom would protect us like that. And then, and then so that's why I like that really shaped who I am today because I don't think about suicide. Like whenever I'm feeling like down and I cannot accomplish something.
And I think November, because this will probably air, like, we'll try and get this up, but around suicide prevention, I think November is suicide
Oh,
prevention.
really?
I think,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could be
yeah.
wrong, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, like you said, right, this right here is the reason why you didn't think about suicide, right?
Yeah. That because I was on, like I said, I was the one like wondering, like how you said you don't want to do that because you don't want to leave your kids behind,
Yeah.
and they'd be like, wow,
Yeah.
wow, my dad, because I was that person, like, wow, he left me and he left us, like what, like all the things you're like, wow, what a coward move,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like I look back now and I go, those questions in my head was very valid.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
they're
very
valid question for sure.
But then I was like, now that I'm older and more mature, I kind of like, wow, that's a positive thing that came out of that because none of us are suicidal.
Yeah.
Second, I've never done drugs because my dad had a drug addiction. I've never done drugs.
See, that's a good thing that you say
Yeah.
that because like some people, right, they see it like, oh, that was my environment. They do it.
Yes.
And then you have the flip side, like yourself.
Yeah.
Like I seen that. I don't
No,
want to be
it
like
was
that.
terrible for my
Yeah.
mom to go through, and I don't want to put anybody through that.
No,
you
for
know,
sure.
and that's exhausting. And me, I'm all about making money, and that stuff takes your money. I'd rather
Yeah.
go spend it on food.
Yeah. Right? Right?
That's
Yeah.
right. I have a good time somewhere else. Yeah. Yeah.
Name them. Nah. Nah.
Later.
Oh.
Off air.
Off air, off the camera, off
yeah,
record.
yeah.
No, bro, right on. So, I'm glad you touched upon that because that's people need to hear that stuff, right? These
Yeah.
are especially in the culture, right? It's like, hey, like you touched upon it earlier on the interview. My grandma, hey, just whatever.
Yeah.
You handle that. However you
your
handle
business.
that.
Yeah.
But we know too, like, bro, it's hard. You know what I mean? We live in a generation like, I gotta make that phone call. I gotta talk. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
I gotta let it out
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 times, but I'm not gonna let it stop me. you
No.
know? So your dad's suicide. You go through a divorce. False crack.
False crack, man.
Out the whoop whoop.
It was a nice wake up call because I'm gonna lose 80 pounds.
Huh?
Yeah, that's why I was like, camera, yes.
Bruh. How come? For me, lose almost 100 pounds. Bro, I put them right back.
Bruh, hey.
See my protein shake earlier, though.
Yeah. Listen.
Jordan seen my granola one day.
Baby
so we try.
steps.
Baby
Okay.
steps.
It's a marathon.
And I'm in a
not a sprint.
relationship right now. You know what I mean? Imagine when I get that.
No
Nah,
worry.
nah, nah.
No worry. Hey, no worry. You're good though.
Yeah.
You're good.
So, hey, one knee, boom. You kind of get your senses back. How do you build?
How do
How do you build? You know what I mean? Like, boom, you false crack me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting back up.
Ooh. I really had to dig deep, man.
Yeah.
I knew I had a business to run. I knew.
So the business that you're talking about is your catering
Yeah,
business. So you had it for
I had it since
okay.
2009.
Kapakai. Explain that to me, please.
Oh, Kapakai Grinds
Yes.
is a
What does
local-
kapakai mean, and why is it significant on why you call it kapakai
well,
grinds?
Well, Kapakai by definition is lopsided
Yeah.
and crooked. But my definition
Like
is
this interview right now,
Yeah.
like going like this right now.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Rocky, going back
Yeah.
over here. I'm still over here
It's
right
like
now.
Kapakai interview.
You know what I mean? With kapakai
Yeah.
grinds.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. So it's straight up like Kapakai means like anything. That's my
I like that.
interpretation. Yeah. So I can cook anything.
Yeah.
That's why I named it Kapakai because my menu is endless.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I said, the bigger the dream, the bigger the price.
Come on.
So, you dream up that menu.
Yeah.
And then
I got you.
I said, I
But
got
here's
you.
your bill.
yeah.
Oh, you like that too? Oh, here's your bill.
Then they start minusing things out.
Oh, you know what? We can just put them to this part. This
you,
is fun
you
part.
can take out the kind, the lechon and the pancit. Yeah.
I give you on a sausage. I can
Yeah,
put them inside
yeah,
one pan for you guys if
yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
fit your budget. No.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of the direction I took, and that's where I came up with the name.
Yeah.
And I started in 2009, and I just been consistent. I had food trucks at one point, and then that was kind of like took too much energy, and it kept me like here when I wanted to be everywhere. You know
Sound
what
like
I
me.
mean?
I'm like Bill. I like all of that
Yeah,
over there.
like
But I don't travel like you though. I'm gonna be
No,
flying
but-
in morning
but
of and
your
fly out in a
brain.
couple hours.
but you'll come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I didn't want to be stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was tired of like living that. So that was the thing is I think circling back to my divorce was I was comfortable.
Yeah.
I was comfortable of the life I had, and I was overweight. I wasn't happy with myself. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like when you look at yourself, do you go, God damn you, one looking son of a
Yeah.
bitch?
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
Yeah, it is.
You
I
know?
mean, hey, let it out.
Yeah.
I don't want to filter you. I do not want this. Be you.
Yeah.
Sheriff Shan, don't be
Oh
filtered
my
over here.
God.
Hey,
Yeah.
plenty filters and everybody take picture like this.
Yeah, and I don't use filters. No.
Tell them.
Not
Tell
even
them.
the face ones.
Not
No,
like-
yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, no, she's real.
Be real, girl.
But yeah, so I started to, I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, okay, your business is pretty successful. You look at yourself in the mirror and you go, oh my God, I don't like looking at myself. I
Yeah.
need to lose some weight, you know? So then with that energy, you kind of project like negativity. Like I didn't want to work with certain people and I was just like to myself and I
Yeah.
was secure where I was at. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to do my catering and support you. But I'm good with me. And then because of the shift in the divorce, I was like,
So you was more like a supportive role, sounds like.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Like-
was behind the scenes.
Oh, so all this right here on the microphone, all of
Never.
that. Huh?
Never was like that. Yeah. I'm shocked myself. I
What?
shock myself all the time.
Oh, when you walk into this glass
Yeah.
door, you be like, hey, Kapakai grinds over
I
here.
know it's so different. I
Wow.
really had to step out of my comfort zone, and like with doing that, like I would.
How do you go about doing that when you play a supportive role? You're behind the scenes for so long, whether it's supporting a relationship, maybe your marriage. You're not, it's not about me.
Yeah.
Now it's got to be like, oh shoot, it's got to be about me now.
It's totally gotta be about
Culture
me. Yeah.
and I mean from experience of what your relationship was like. How did you step in the forefront?
Ooh. Oh, that was crazy. So I always was like, I thought about it and I was like, okay, first of all, Shannon, you gotta love yourself.
Yeah.
So you gotta look in that mirror and tell yourself, God damn, you even good looking motherfucker. You know? I mean, once you feel that,
Yeah.
you just run with it. So then I started losing a lot of weight, and I started loving what I was seeing,
Yeah.
like on camera, in the mirror. And then I started like I would get down and deep in prayer,
Yeah.
and I would anoint myself from my crown to the ground. You know,
I like that.
every
Another
night.
t-shirt right there, crown to the ground.
Yes, and I would go deep in prayer for like. Felt like eternity, but it was like releasing my feelings.
Yeah.
I would go deep with a candle lit and just at night and just release whatever I felt so that I could wake up in the morning and I'd always say, you know, God, like, use me for whatever reason you need.
Yeah.
And to change the
like
world
that.
every day. Just
Amen,
that's
girl.
what I'm here for,
Yeah.
you know? Use me, please. And I would always say that in every prayer before I end, you know?
Yeah.
So every morning I wake up, another blessed opportunity would arise and I'd be like, wow, thank you,
Jesus. Amen.
This is unreal.
Yeah.
Like the blessings is becoming endless. So what do I do with it? Like, oh, now all these opportunities are coming,
Yeah.
you know? And how do I organize all
Yeah.
these things, you know? So then I had to dig deep and a lot of things was moving quick now with the success and business and
And I'm sure the
yeah.
recognition out when you go out, right? I mean,
Yeah,
like
everywhere
hey,
now.
you
Oh my gosh.
because you're not one person that you can walk by and not like you know Chef
They know
Shan.
that the tattoo is on the
you
neck.
know,
Yeah,
and then you start
everybody-
talking like, but that's Chef Shan. This couple got you
I
grinds.
seriously go everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I literally was in TSA line 2 days ago, and
Yeah.
then this guy's probably gonna watch this, and he was like, Chef Shan," and I was like this. I was like,
You know, we give him this one.
I was filtering through the crowd back in this zigzag
Yeah.
line, and then he was like, and I was like, and I put my hoodie on.
You lucky
Because
I wasn't
like,
there.
Oh my god!
there's Chef Shan
No.
over there, everybody.
because
Oh,
it's-
Chef Shan.
It's funny because it happens like every day. It happens at least like 10 times a day.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I.
How do you I mean, you know, I'm sure you're used to and comfortable with it.
Yeah.
But like when you start to get that recognition because you've been behind the scenes and in a supportive role for so long, how was the adjustment
The
to that? Yeah,
transition?
that transition. Like,
Oh, it was crazy. At first, it was like, yeah. Well, at first, it was like nice because it was like, wow, I'm making a difference. Like people
Yeah.
are noticing me. Like I am changing
Yeah.
the world somehow. And then it just kind of became automatic after, like not automatic. It just kind of became like
it's something that you're
used to now.
yeah.
And I'm very polite to everybody. And I go, hey, how's it?
Yeah.
Hey, what you guys doing today? Or they're like, what you chefing up today? Like in the grocery stores.
Hey,
I
some of
get-
you other favorites, take
No.
notes on that because right there, the humility that you display. Well, sometimes I get it when people are really in that status, but you know that one person that comes across you for the first time can either you gain another one or you lose one.
lose one,
You know what
yeah.
I mean, because like
And you lose 20.
yeah,
Because then they're gonna talk about it after, or you can gain 100 and they're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah. So I'm always kind to whoever acknowledges me and tells me like, Chef, I see what you do. You chefing it up over here, and I'm just like, oh, thank you. And I ask them like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you cooking? Like, I look in their grocery. What you guys making over there? You know.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, nothing like you. I was like, no. I know it's good.
You ever
Like,
share
yeah.
some tips like, oh, you should try this or
Well, I don't want to be bossy. I don't know.
ah, why you grab that salt? No, you gotta. Nah.
What's that, Prego?
No, that's cool. That's cool. So, I mean, you're evolving with the success. You're growing. So we from the food truck part, and now you're evolving to like doing these like skits. I don't know what the
Yeah,
phrase.
yeah, yeah.
You're doing these skits. You're doing these little cooking clips.
Yeah.
That's how I really came across it. But who is this girl?
Yeah. So
And then, so how did that come about? Yeah, and we tried to toss it out earlier.
yeah. So that was coming out of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
Of
Because that's what you like to do for one, is cook.
yeah, I love to cook, but I never really expressed myself because I didn't like the way I looked on camera
Yeah.
until I started to love the way I look. But it's crazy. This is one of the turning points. Was I texted my whole support group, my family, and I was like, I'm gonna go on live. I'm gonna do a cooking episode. Can you guys support me and just
Yeah.
give me the love? You know, I'm gonna go on live, and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna be nervous. Just support me. And then I went on live, and I did my very first cooking live video.
Do you remember you was cooking that day?
No, I think I was too nervous to remember. Yeah, but
I just want to get this done.
like, well, if you scroll my Instagram fairly down last year, it's up. Yeah, it's kind
It's
of
only
a
been
lot,
a year since you really kind of started doing.
or less. Yeah.
Wow.
Or less, yeah. Less.
That's awesome to
Yeah.
hear.
So I was like, I asked for the support,
Mm-hmm.
and then everybody was like, "Yeah, you got this." Or like everybody's messaging on my live,
Yeah.
and I was watching, and I was just like, in my heart, I was like, "Wow!" Like I was so nervous,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna cook, and then people can message, and I can check it later. So then, after I got off, I literally saved the clip, and then I called my cousin. And my cousin Vicky, she's a huge supporter. Like
Yeah.
I love her. Like that's my cousin, my sis,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I called her right after, and I was like, "Oh, Vic, how did I do?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "I'm so proud of you, cousin.
Oh, right on.
Like, you did amazing. You
Super
know, you're gonna
comforting
get
like that,
yeah."
huh?
She's like, "You're gonna get better every time." She's like, "Oh, it looks so good."
Yeah.
You know, and she's also real too.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you look, she could say you look like shit, but
Yeah.
I go to other.
Yeah, that was terrible.
yeah. I mean, now that kind
Yeah.
of stuff flies, and then I'm just like, "Well, show me what you got." You know what I mean? But
That's the
yeah,
truth, though. That's
that was like the turning point where the confidence started to kick in. And then shortly after it was like with Tassie, like
Yeah.
I was like, sis, like let's do something.
Mhm.
And she was down. And then my cousin, me in Hawaii, Mark, he did
He's Whitmore too, or while I mean, I don't.
well both. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, Whitmore. So Mark is my mom's first cousin.
Shout out to Mean Hawaii,
In Hawaii.
brother Mark Taliai.
Yes, Taliai. That's my family's Samoan last
yeah,
name.
girl, you know. Nah, Mark, hey, you know, shout out to you because you do a lot of great things for the community,
Yeah.
raising awareness, and just doing a lot. So always much love to you. Shout out to you and support Mean Hawaii. I mean, he got a
Yes.
bunch like
Yes.
Mr.
And
Foodie King.
he supports all of us too, because like
small businesses. I mean, all of that
Yes.
stuff. I mean, that's why got to give you your flowers, Mark.
yeah, he has a huge platform, and he did help me because he also was following, like he was with me on that journey of healing through my divorce, and he was like, we gotta get you more out there,
Yeah.
because you're like gold. He's like, you're gonna go far, you know. He's just, I see him in you, because you just gotta do him.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So he was like, I'll help you. What you let me post? I can collab with you. Anything, you know?
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, I can make one garlic chicken something. And then he was like, okay. And then I'd show him the video, and then he would post collab with me. And then that's where slowly started
Getting
getting
traction.
out.
Yeah. Getting some eyes
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah.
And then after that, he kind of was just like, this girl is good to go. She could go on her own.
She get them already.
Yeah, she could fly. She
Yeah.
could fly on her own, you know? Yeah. And then we always pop in, we check on each other, and he always pops in and checks on me, like, how you doing? Like, I get one text, I got on text like 2 days ago, checking up on me, and then, saying some stuff about some other caterers. And then I was like, you're right. And he just like,
Just feedback. Feedback.
No, but he's just like, I'm happy that you are not taking that negativity and letting it eat you up. Like, you keep pressing forward regardless of what this person is saying.
And that's a choice.
Yes, it's a choice.
Because you can sit there and listen to it and let it eat at you, or you do what you do. Yeah, I heard it, I seen it, and carry on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as you explain, for you tuning in, you guys got to listen to the people that she has in her corner. These are people that's constantly building you up.
Yes.
Constantly
Yes.
kicking you forward. Whether you like it or not, you're going forward. Chad.
Yes,
And that's important. And if you don't have that type of environment, if you don't have that type of group, you guys need to either change your group
Yes.
or go find people that inspire you and go and hang out with them
Right.
or plant yourself in there somehow.
Right.
Because the people that want to see other people succeed, they're welcoming. If I see something in you and you have a little something and you want that, you have a desire, hey, I'm gonna bring you in.
You feel 'em.
You know, because you would
feel
do
'em.
too.
Yeah.
Because hey, there's something about this person, and and because it's been reciprocated to us, you know what I mean, at some point. So that's cool. So, dang girl, you blowing up. You doing your cooking things. How did the situation Chef Kale and all that come up?
Oh, yeah. Speaking about that, that was I became good friends with him through
Because you at one
Mean
point you guys
Hawaii.
were doing a lot of collabs too,
a
right?
lot. Yeah,
Yes.
because we were doing business together.
Okay.
For a restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were dabbling into that side, and then we slowly migrated, but still affiliated, but now doing our own.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's why we was heavily together all the time. But yeah, I met Kale through Mark. He was like, "Oh, you gotta meet this guy, Chef Kale." And I've always seen him because I love his sushi cakes before, I try to order one, he never answer because he never know me. Nah. But now he answer all the time.
Hey, you never
'cause,
screen or call, huh?
Yeah.
Nah,
He's like,
nah.
"Oh, I was at the bottom of my DMs." Nah. But that's my boy now. We solid. But yeah, I never really know him. And then Mark introduced me to him, and then I did a cooking video with Kale and Mark. So we did like a 3 collab video, and yeah, after that, like Kale was just like my best friend after.
Yeah.
It was crazy. The click. It was just like we wanted the same goals.
Mm-hmm.
We came from almost same backgrounds, you
Mm-hmm.
know, like not too much money in the family and had to
Yeah.
be resourceful.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm resourceful too. I try not to waste as much, and you know, when I cook, I was just on Sam Choi's show where he takes your leftovers.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, shout out to Uncle Sam.
Yeah, Uncle Sam.
They blessed us with an opportunity to be on his show.
Oh wait, I think I saw that.
Yes,
one.
with the
Yeah.
kids, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, that was I'm telling you, I am. For some reason, God's blessed me with chefs around me, but bro, I can't cook for nothing.
Not.
Bro, I can barbecue chicken, anything on the grill, I'm good.
Okay.
After that, bro, I tell you a short story about Shoyu Chicken. So when I first got divorced, so my ex-wife always cooked. Like their family cooked fresh meals every day. And so some of my close friends know this story, but I don't think I ever shared it. But today's the day I'm gonna share it.
I'm here for it.
So anyway, I didn't know how to make shoyu chicken, and nobody told me the simple recipe of 1 cup sugar, 1 cup shoyu, 1 cup water. If you want to put the water,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much,
Yeah,
water,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, nobody told me that. One day I'm on YouTube and I seen these cooking videos by Foodland at the time, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, Foodland. Hey, please don't. I'm just okay. Anyways, you can bleep that out. Bro, so this guy is like, I'm telling you, like measurements, treat force, dip, bang, boom, boom. So I'm like, oh. So I go to Sam's Club. Or I think I went to Costco. Costco, I buy gallon shoyu. I end up using the whole gallon shoyu because I'm making a big pot. Right? I never cooked before.
Okay. I
So
get it, yeah.
I put shoyu, but as I'm making this chicken, well, first of all, this guy tells you, hey, cook your chicken, skim the top. So I'm skimming.
Right.
I take forever. Then I put the gallon shoyu. I'm like, oh, this thing is kind of salty. So now I'm trying to figure out how do I do. So I end up using like almost a whole bag of sugar. Then I like shoyu chicken that's a little bit thick. So
Yeah.
then I look up, okay, I agree. Hey, how do you make sausage thick? I see cornstarch.
Right.
Nobody tells me you got to make a cornstarch slurry. Bruh, I put cornstarch inside. I get freaking wonton min dumplings inside my stuff. Bruh, so like now my kids is young. I think my kids is only like maybe 6.
But
like, my-
you're trying to straighten them
Bruh,
out.
so I ended up having freaking hanapa chicken out, dumplings out. But my pot is like the kind pot ready for feed the football team. So like I'm all sweaty. I'm getting all irritated. I'm like, bro, this thing was supposed to be easy. But I think like 5.5 hours go by finally, bro. And my kids is like, this is like almost 9 o'clock at night. Sit down, and this thing was so salty, so thick, clumps. Look like freaking corn chowder with freaking, bro. Sit down, and my kids is smiling. And this is how I knew my kids knew, like, yeah, my dad tried.
Yeah.
So my oldest one goes, cool, Dad. You put a lot of work. This good.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Bro, we had the biggest shoyu chicken. It's only us, me and my kids at the time. So I was like, bro, that was that was probably the last time I ever tried to cook again. Back in 2019.
Hey, but you know what?
Hey, what is this platform we're not gonna be honest? You know what I mean?
That was sweet of him.
You know what I
though.
mean?
Him,
I
her?
tried.
Him.
I tried.
Him.
I tried.
Otis?
But how come I know you? I know Uncle Sam and all these people, but bro, I never. Hey, you know what I mean? I gotta spend time with you guys.
Yeah, Uncle Sam is amazing. Yeah, I could just if he's somewhere doing something, I just shoot him a text or he shoots me a text. What you doing? You know? Yeah, that's not Uncle.
Right.
What you
on,
get?
bro.
Then I get all kind of texts of, you know what I mean? He get all pictures. He starts sending them to me, all the food. You know what they call food porn?
What?
They get food porn. Uncle Sam sending me all kind of pictures of all the food he made.
Oh.
And I go, wow, Uncle, why you didn't invite me to this one?
Yeah.
And I see all these top like Food Network chefs. They're taking pictures of it. And he sent them to me. I go, oh, I want to be
Uncle
on
Sam.
your status. Come on.
Oh, so you guys did a collab. You guys did something with.
Yeah, so he came to my house and my kitchen, and he made two dishes, and I made one for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was fun.
Oh, right on. Oh, killing, girl, killing it. So, all of this travel now, right? I see you go to Tahiti. You cooking fish right outside the canoe.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
yeah.
as you're building and as you're growing, right? Obviously, you're just evolving and just leveling up. How did the travel start going? Because I see you on different islands. You just came back from Vegas this morning.
Yeah.
How did those opportunities kind of just play out? And then with those opportunities, how did you take advantage or kind of like, okay, you know what, I own it and let's go?
I just was like, YOLO. You only live life once, and Hawaii is Hawaii, and
Yeah.
and you can always come back as long as you live here and have a place. But I was kind of like, okay, let's go Vegas and sell some lomi o'io, because if I was living in Vegas, I wanted I want some access to some fresh fish. You know what I mean? Like if one local chef coming in with some good lomi oil, I'm gonna buy them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wanted to be that person. And then the whole traveling came about when I was like, I love to cook. So let me go and learn what they make in this country, so I can come back and recreate
Oh, nice.
what I've learned in my version of it. And
How important is it for you to learn things but have your flair to it,
It
and not
is-
just identify? I mean, like do it identically like them. You know?
no, it's super important because that shows the personality and the creativity from your end. Because you can be basic and just copy the same recipe
Yeah.
and you can just be like everybody else, just trying to learn on TikTok, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and you can make the kind, show
Be
you,
like me,
show you
show you
dumplings.
chicken, you know what I mean?
Show you dumplings.
If I see show you dumplings one day, I'll be so pissed. I don't blame you because you made it like, oh, Shan, you gave my recipe. And
Yeah, I'm gonna make it for you one day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Call me on my show. Either you or Uncle Sam. Call me on the show. We're gonna show you
know what?
dumpling
I really
chicken.
want you to cook something now. Make a video with you and you
Let's
cook
do
me.
it.
Yeah.
You guys not
Yeah,
ready
yeah.
for this collab.
We should do worst cooks in Hawaii. You know, instead of worst cooks in America.
Don't play my Rocky music entering. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this.
Yeah. Dun,
Try to
dun,
show me
dun.
up. I might show you chicken dumpling.
Yeah.
I like to see that.
I bet it was gummy, you know?
Bro, that freaking thing sat in the fridge, and I was like, bruh. Knowing me, I have to eat it, you know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, I did it. You know what I mean? But
I probably would have done a spin-off of that and just like peel the meat off separate and made like
nah,
some-
make me feel more worse, Shan. But, oh yeah, you know what I did? I would have shared the chicken. I would make little,
But
I made tacos.
I would
with
make
it.
tacos, yeah.
All good,
Totally,
all good.
yeah.
Make me feel even better about my stuff, Shan. I appreciate
no, I
that.
just like, you know, you could have spin off on it. And that's the thing about
See, if it was on the
it-
football field, I would have told you, hey, this is how we pivot. This is how we adjust to this situation,
Yeah.
this scheme. But when it comes to food, maybe one day I'll be blessed. You know what I mean? Now, I'm all blessed. We're all blessed. I'll take that back.
Yes.
But maybe I
well,
don't
you
have
know
to
me
cook.
now, so you know
You
I
know
can
what I
help
mean?
you out.
I'm gonna shoot and text.
Yeah.
Shan, what's for dinner?
Yeah. No, I get that all the time. I get the what's
Yeah?
the Whitmore special?
I
I
was
get
gonna
that
say that,
thing,
yeah,
bro.
because Whitmore Village is a tight community. I mean, it seems like, right?
Yes,
you know,
yes.
so I'm sure that you probably get phone calls all the time. Like, hey, what's for dinner?
all the time. I get
Yeah.
texts like, "What is the Whitmore special today?" And they're like, they see whatever I make on Instagram, and then
Yeah.
they're like, "What? You get extra pans of that?" Like, buy like all the time.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes I do. I just have extra pans, and I go, "Yeah, $40 for this half pan." I just trying to get like a big pan laos. I get extra.
You was cooking. I think outside of your front.
Oh yeah. So
Didn't you have like a food truck or
yeah.
right? Or like a broken one?
Yes.
Talk about that.
So,
I remember you told me about that.
I mean, humble beginnings.
Talk about the humble beginnings. You
humble
know,
beginnings.
hey, we Kapakahi journey
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Okay, we're going back. We're going
Oh my
forward.
God.
We're going around. We're going
Yeah.
somewhere.
So I had I saved my money and then I bought a box truck from a guy in North Shore. He used to ride dirt bikes and stuff. So he just sold this box truck,
Yeah.
super cheap, and I bought him. And then I hit up my cousin and she made her boyfriend help me build the whole inside of the lunch. Like she was like, "Okay, draw what you want, and I'll go have John build it for you."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my God, awesome!" So John built it, and I kind of helped him, build the thing. He more so was him, but I kind of was the vision.
Yeah.
And I just had a basic food truck, and then I got it certified. It passed certification.
Okay.
Then I was like, "Oh my God, here's my opportunity to do what I want to do, and I can."
And is
create-
this is after the divorce or is this
No, this
like
is
prior?
this is way before the divorce.
Oh.
Yeah, this was before I even
Oh,
met
so this is like
her.
your start,
Yeah, this
like
is before I even met
okay.
her. Like,
See, Kapakahi journey right now. We're
Yeah.
going back before.
yeah, before I met her, and then because I started in 2009,
Mm-hmm.
you know, yeah. So then,
So now you get on box truck,
yeah, I
built
get
inside.
yeah, and then here comes now I can dream it up. Now I can make all kinds of dishes, everything, and showcase what I do,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you always give them bigger dream than what you can pocket when you start out. Like you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, what am I doing? Yeah. So then my cousin's brother was like, oh, we do flag football in Eva. Bring your food truck over there, and we do them every weekend. And you starting out. That's
Yeah.
kind of a steady
Yeah.
gig for you. So I was
Opportunity.
going, opportunity. So I started selling ahi katsu and all these stuff, and then it was hard because I was by myself, and then I was juggling the window and running back and forth, washing my hands, and going back and forth, money, and
Yeah.
and it was getting tiring. So then I hired one friend, a good like family friend, and
Mm-hmm.
then they helped me. So then I was getting like, oh my God, like chasing. Like some days was good, and some days I made $100, and some days I made 1,000. You know what I
Yeah, yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like it
And
really,
that's how it is. Like some days gonna be really
yeah.
good, some days not gonna be
Yeah,
as great.
and that comes with energy too, and what you put on the menu. Because sometimes I was lazy too. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I don't feel like cooking, but I'm here. I got rent.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I got bills.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and there was times where I cried, and I was just like, how can I pay my bills? Like,
How do you deal with that? Because that's all entrepreneurs.
right.
I mean, people that's starting something brand new. I mean, where it can be anything. What are some of the things that you told? Was it self talk? I mean, some things that you kind of had to deal with because those things are crippling.
Yeah, they
You let those
are.
things affect you. Like, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I never made
Yeah.
enough money. I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Things are just racking. How do you deal with them?
So I had to really dig deep and tell myself, try using your platform now. Try using your social media. Maybe follow what other people are doing. Like learn from them, other food trucks, like
Yeah.
the more success. So I started like watching a lot of different food truck people and post up like their specials. So then I just started like doing those
Yeah.
things, and then I started to build, and then my Instagram started to grow. And then I started doing more catering. And then the catering side was even better because
That's kind of what took off for you.
yeah, because the food truck side is like, you go on and you hope that you sell, and then the catering side is they lock you in and it's paid for,
Yeah.
and you drop off and you call it a day and you give them your best work, and then that's it.
And that's the process that you just got to go through, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure
you
you wouldn't
gotta.
have like, no, like, oh, I'm going to do catering and that's it.
Yeah.
Like you had to,
Yeah.
like kind of know like, oh, this works and this doesn't work, right?
Yeah, you really had to go through it to like, okay, this secures the bag. You know what I mean? So then you could use the food truck side because you have excess amount of chicken from the catering, and then you can go, you know what? Today's special is shoyu chicken.
With dumpling. This throwing jabs, bro, across the stuff. Fuck.
You know what I
Let me
mean?
go put my mouthpiece in right now. Freaking throwing jabs over here.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The extra chicken could go make sure.
I better not see you on $25 plate. Show you dumpling plate. As I'm saying, hey guys, today's special. Kapagahi
This
grinds.
is the Rocky special.
At least put my name. Hey,
Yeah,
we could.
yeah.
Hey, call it even. Put my name and we good.
Guaranteed, bro. I can make
But guaranteed bestseller.
yeah.
Trust me, I'm calling all my people. Hey, go buy this plate.
Buy these dumplings. These
Oh,
shredded
Rock, I
chicken
did your
dumplings.
special today. This freaking thing sold out in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
you're
gonna be
welcome.
like, for real?
Right, it's
I'll
hilarious.
teach you the right way.
Right on. So you got so how did the food truck though end up in the front yard?
Oh my gosh. So
Something would happen.
Yeah. So oh my God, it's so embarrassing, but it was for a good cause. So my mom was moving from Waianae. She lived in Waianae for a little bit to Whitmore Village. And I had the food truck, and it had a lot of space. So I kind of took a lot of stuff out, the equipment, and it was mostly like counters. So I was like, I'm gonna help her move her things with this big lunch wagon.
Because it was a box truck.
Yeah, it's
I
a
mean,
box
huge
truck. Yeah, so it had a lot of space. So I was going back and forth, and then I never checked the oil. And then one day I was driving, I was stuck on Hakimoro.
If you never know, you need oil for
Yeah,
a
check
car or a truck to
Check
be
your oil,
operable. Yeah.
not just gas and go. Check your oil. That's what my mom always say. Hey, never mind gas and go. Yeah, so I thought like something. I was like,
Got
oh,
wrong,
I was
Shan.
like, oh my gosh, I was doing good deed, and something happened.
So
Yeah.
truck breaks,
Yeah, and then
no
my,
more oil. What's
well,
next?
I never know yet. So I tell my cousin Dino, I stay stuck on Hakimo Road, and my cousin Dino live ever, and he goes, yeah, cuz he coming with his
Tow truck or something.
no, he coming with his Ford what is the SUV one?
Explorer.
Explorer.
Huh?
He came with his
Hey, at least you never come with his Datsun truck, yeah? Pancake tires.
He came with his Ford Explorer and all his heart and ambition for
Yeah,
drag
he
me.
came for you.
Yes.
I got you, cuz.
For drag me about 1 mile. I was almost there.
Oh, you never make it all the way
No,
there.
no, I was almost there. I was almost to the house. I was about a mile
Hey,
short.
ambition.
Yeah.
Ambition got us in
Yeah.
the area.
Yeah. Oh, my cousin went strap that thing on, bruh, and he went tug me. He went tug me all the way for 1 mile, and poor thing then got his freaking car went overheat. he was so
Oh, so
chill.
Chef Shan broke 2 cars then.
He
A
was
box truck and the cousin's Expedition or
yeah,
Explorer.
yeah, his Explorer. And then
Hey,
I
at
felt
least
so
she can
bad.
cook. I can take care of cars.
Yeah, I cannot. Yeah, so I just go serve cool and hit up my friend to go get my car maintained.
There
Yeah,
you go. Shout them out. Shout them
yeah,
out. Take
yeah.
it.
Casey Ono hit up my Toyota plug guy.
Oh, okay.
Bruh,
Toyota.
Toyota plug.
Hey,
bruh.
we're proud Toyota owner too.
Yeah.
Tundra, Sequoia.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
Toyota.
you guys get the big boys.
Hey, hey, you get football players and you get kids.
Yeah.
And you got to sleep in your truck
Yeah,
during
yeah.
lunch.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I got
need
the miniature version.
It's all good. It's all good.
But yeah, Casey Ono is my Toyota Servco in Honolulu plug. And
There you
yeah,
go. Hey,
he's a good guy.
Hey, we gonna build everybody up. We gonna
Yeah.
give shout outs to everybody.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
want to see everybody win.
Everybody
succeed.
win.
And
Yeah.
you know what? Casey, I need an oil change today.
Casey, call Xavier or Javier, one of those names.
Yeah.
I need one oil change. My
There you go.
maintenance light is on.
Yeah, mine's too. Fit
But
me
I gotta
into-
check my oil. I gotta check.
Okay, so you guys break down, you get in the area.
We are
You still got to get to the yard.
we are actually in property. We just in here with property.
We're in property.
We pull them out right in property.
Hey, because Whitmore get big proproperties.
Yeah, well, this was wine night. I
Oh,
went
yeah,
wine
yeah,
night
yeah,
for grab my
yes,
mom's
yes.
stuff and was bringing them. I didn't even load up the stuff. This is the third run, though.
You tried. I give you that. You tried.
And
The
you
heart
know-
was there.
You know, it was nuts.
What's nuts?
This one funny one. So
Tell
next,
us. We are waiting.
So next door, I don't really know the guy. I know they own like one tow truck company and they get one junkyard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he saw the thing. I was looking and I was pretend like he's watching me. So I was like, "What's something wrong with me?" I see him watching me. So I was like, yeah. We're gonna bar something,
Yeah,
man. And the guy was like, "What's this? You okay?" And I said, "Oh, my truck can break down. I gotta tow him to Whitmore, my house." And he was like, "Oh, okay. Sister, get one flatbed truck. I can put him on top, and then
The
I can
whole
take-"
box truck on
Yeah,
flatbed.
yeah.
Wow.
And I was like,
You are
"What?"
blessed, bro.
Yeah, I go, "What?" He goes, I go, "How much I owe you?" And then he looking around. My mom's saying, he goes, "What? You guys gonna use the washer dryer, washer dryer,
Machine.
Yeah, machine, washing machine or dryer?" And I was like, I look at my mom and I go, "No, you can have them."
I will make an executive
Yeah,
decision
yeah.
right now.
My
No,
mom's like,
right there.
my mom's like,
It's
"What?"
yours.
Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, no, you can have them." And then he's like, okay. Oh, this is the funny part. It was Doc, yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, "Sis, we get one shot. We're gonna drag them with the full wheel. Just give me little bit."
Yeah. A little roll.
Yeah,
You
little
need some
roll
momentum.
so that I can just get up
Yeah.
there, and then they gonna let me go off of I think it was like a 4x4. Then tug me with a 4x4 just for go up,
Go up
the
the
ramp.
stuff, yeah.
Was real chronic guy, bro. was for real. So
Finagle. We have
yeah,
to
and then-
finagle some stuff.
Oh, he made me a little bit scared because he's like, "We only get one shot, so no me."
What's it? How many? We got one shot.
One shot. And I'm like this. Oh,
You better put your bar soap
Yeah,
down.
all I had was like, "God, please, I better
At
not."
steering wheel, bar soap, on prayer. I don't know what to grip harder.
Yeah.
I gonna pray harder, but I gotta grip
I was
something.
like, so I was like this. Oh, so he dragged me
Yeah.
and then just didn't release him, and I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Whoa!"
Hey, no need to go EK
No.
Fernandez or
Yeah,
Disneyland.
yeah.
We're going
Look at that,
Y9.
yeah.
Oh, what you looking for? I'm looking for the ramp, the one that
Yeah.
Shan went up.
Yeah, the ramp with the flatbed, bro. You make sure you brake, so hit the back, yeah.
I hope you
Oh, I
press the
brake.
brake. Oh!
Yeah. Right over. Yeah. Oh
Oh.
my God, that was
Girl,
nuts.
you're supposed to brake at the top.
Yeah. No, we went. Landing was good, but he was like, "Oh, a little bit. Nah, she go." They went strap him down, and he goes, "Follow me." So then I forget who I was with. I think I was with my cousin. Yeah,
Yeah.
His car was cooled down.
Mhm.
We follow him to Whitmore Village, and we never load him with anything
Yeah.
because obviously that would have been another issue. And then he went let him go, and it was a long driveway, and let him go, and then I was like, "Oh no, I gotta find somebody to help me push this bad
Yeah.
boy all the way down the driveway." They're blocking. So I call up a couple of my cousins live with more, and then they come. I put them in neutral.
Yeah.
And then I sit down inside, and then they're pushing. And then I park them in the back. So then I was super depressed because
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, my food truck wouldn't break." how can I make money? That's how I pay my rent. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, oh my God.
And obstacles in life are going
Yes.
to come.
Yes. Yeah. So Auntie Lane,
Mm-hmm.
my mom's sister, I was renting the house in her back. And then she was like, Shani, she called me Shani. Shani, go put your food truck right here on the grass and go post up that you're selling food. Go do that, okay? And go make enough money to buy you another food truck. And I was like, I can put, and my uncle hated the damn thing on the grass. He
Yeah.
loves his grass.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You break your truck and now you burn my grass.
right.
This is
What?
golf course stuff.
Yeah,
Shan.
yeah.
Come
for real.
on.
Oh my gosh. And then they had the coconut tree. And then sometimes I'd be in the thing cooking. And the damn coconut drop and scare the shit out of me. I'm
Like how
"Oh."
I walked in this
Yeah,
morning.
you walked in this morning. I got scared. Now imagine a coconut
Yeah.
on the roof. Yeah.
Hey, you on full experience. Come. You didn't taste our show you dumpling. You get coconut on top of
Coconut's a
stuff.
wacky head. Yeah. So,
So Auntie Lane set you up with a spot.
yeah. And then I was
Most people would have quit.
yeah.
And let's touch upon that, right? In entrepreneurship, in anything that you build, these obstacles will come. A lot of people, what is your thoughts there? A lot of people quit before they figure it out.
Yeah. And I think, I don't mean to say that's weak, but I feel like that's not strong minded. Like, you really got to try so that you have no regrets. You know what I mean? Because if you never tried, that would be the regret. Oh, I never even tried.
And you all and people don't know that. You're always gonna think of the what ifs.
What if? Yeah.
Hey, if we do something and we fail, but we don't fail, we fall
Yeah,
forward.
yeah,
but we learn from the experience. We're like, oh, that didn't work. But if you never, I was like, wow, imagine. And you know what's the killer? When somebody else does something that you wanted to do
Oh my gosh, I know.
and it takes off, you're
Yeah.
like, fudge.
Oh,
That was
God, that's
that's
my
what-
idea.
And the first person you call is the person that you told the thing to.
Yeah.
And like, did you see?
yeah,
And
yeah,
that happens
yeah.
all the time.
Well, not too much with me because I've seen
You-
other
yeah.
people.
Mhm.
I've seen other people, and I was just, oh, you're just telling me that and that happened. Wow. Maybe they took your idea, but who cares?
Yeah.
You wasn't quick enough. You know, and that's your fault. You
And
know,
that's why you gotta go and attack opportunities.
Mm-hmm,
When opportunities come, you gotta go and attack it. And I say this to a lot of people, like just go and do it. I know some people are like, oh, but I gotta think about this. And sometimes the opportunity is gone.
Yeah.
It's fast.
Dragging your
You know what I
feet.
mean? And you just gotta go. If it didn't work out, it didn't work
Yeah,
out. You wash your hands, you move on to the next.
and I fall victim to that too. You know,
We all
like
do, yeah.
I'm not perfect, but yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. But then I go, that's why it never happened because this one happened. You know, 'cause God had a different journey.
Yeah. So on this Kapakahi journey, you know, now you're selling out. How's the business? Like, I mean, because you're in a neighborhood now, right? And you're posting. Like, I mean, did it pick up? And was it pretty popular to kind of help you get a new truck?
Oh yeah. So I think a lot of people was like, oh, our people are so Brad, the people are so nice. They would always tip me, and sometimes I get like $100 in my tip,
Oh, wow.
another 100, and then they would just
Off the just tips.
just tip like a couple hundred. People would just put $100, and you just could see that I was just trying, you know.
Mhm.
And those are the same people that hit me up and just driving in Drew Whitmore, and then it's like, sis, I went Samoa. I can grab you some goodies. I can drop them off. And then like my heart dropped. I go, this is the same people that was every time they drop something inside the tip jar was like, put them towards your future wagon or your future.
Right
Yeah.
on. That's
And I
awesome
get
to hear.
I had so much people like I would empty out the tip jar and there's a few $100 in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, God is good. And I'd
amen.
cry.
Mm-hmm.
I'd cry and go, wow, I can pay my rent now.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
wow.
And sometimes just making that where you can pay your, you're not even thinking about anything else.
Yeah.
Like that, like, I mean, if you've been in that position, you know
Yeah.
how much that
Yeah.
hits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, so all these people blessing you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you're blessing the community too. I know during this time you're probably giving back and doing things too.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, on this Kapakahi journey, where you're at now, what does loving yourself look like, and your outlook of life now, where you're at right now? I mean, you went from front yard, you went through ups, downs, divorce. I mean, now you're just killing it. I mean, you're on cooking shows, you're collaborating with other people, you're traveling, going to Tahiti, other
yeah.
countries. I mean, you just went to another spot, a big one.
Oh, France.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh
you
my
know, I know
gosh.
like butcher, you know, the European experience.
Yeah,
No, but
yeah.
you just went to France. Like,
And
I mean,
Paris, yeah,
I mean,
Paris.
France is not a place like you talk to and look. Oh, I go in Vegas. I go in.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, how was? I mean, to lead us to something like that. Like, how did that even come up to play?
Well, it's kind of crazy because my girlfriend, she's from Tahiti, and
Oh,
well, I'm taking
Tahiti.
yeah. Yeah. So she speaks fluent French and she can speak English. She can speak a few languages. I mean, well, she says she can speak 2.5 languages. And
Oh, sorry.
I'm like, what? What is the other half? No. But yeah, she was like, oh my gosh, let's go France because I went college in France. I know my way around. And I always told her that was like my bucket list. Like that's one of the places I really want to go. And
You
she
know
was
what
like,
Victoria's Secret kind of?
my
Oh,
girl,
Chef
no,
Shan.
no,
Oh, you get
she
skills, huh?
she on rugby player, fit,
Oh,
young and fit,
Yep.
nice and tight and
Oh,
right.
the
Yay!
one
Her
that can
parents
put a
watch
lunch
it.
wagon. You even
Yeah.
no need to call them.
No, no. That's when I make her grab the green banana, the queso, I go
Okay.
scraping the
Okay.
coconut in Tahiti. Yeah.
Gotta put label work to it. No, it's right. So she kind of helped you build put the prancing together.
Yeah. So I asked, and then I asked her like a few months ago, and then she was like, you know what? After the Olympics, we should go.
Mhm.
And I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I booked our ticket and we went, you know,
Yeah,
and we
nice.
had an awesome experience. We had a huge croissant.
Yeah.
Like,
I seen.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
So we saw it on Instagram during the Olympics time.
Yeah, because
People was eating
Robert Griffin did one. I think he bought one. His wife was eating, like taking a bite on the other side.
Yeah,
It's a huge one, right?
yeah.
Something like that.
I saw it was popping up everywhere, and
Yeah.
I was like,
I
"This
gotta
is
try it.
destiny."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then we found the shop. She
Oh, nice.
she looked it up and she was like, "Oh, we gotta walk." So here I am. Hey, we don't check in till 3:00 in our Airbnb. I stay pulling my my carry-on bag on cobblestones everywhere, walking miles, and we go to the croissant place, and I was like, oh, I hope they get, because I just didn't walk 1,000,000 miles to get here.
Well, who the heck?
Yeah, at the time I was acting like a baby, like, please take my stuff.
You carried a banana case. Can you just carry my
Yeah,
luggage,
it has
please?
wheels. I carry me too. Yeah.
Oh,
But then,
right
yeah,
on.
I got him. I was so stoked. And I was just like, this is awesome.
Right
Yeah.
on.
And then I just got to see so much different places over there. And it was amazing. And like I said, she speaks French. So I was super comfortable.
helped, yeah,
Yeah.
for
She
sure.
was just rapping. And she got to meet up with her friends and stuff, you
Nice.
know, from the past. And then I just sitting there, like, and they just rapping in French. And I'm like, drinking my beer. I was like, awesome.
Pinky up, yeah?
Yeah. Awesome. I made friends.
Right on. I mean, experiences after experience. It's so good to hear. How, what does loving yourself look like? And why is it important, I guess, on just journey for you right now? I mean, you're just killing it in all aspects.
Loving yourself is so important because you know, they always say, like, you cannot love somebody else unless you love yourself. And that's very true, because loving yourself is also giving yourself the grace to heal.
Yeah.
You know, being
Speak on it, girl.
Yeah,
Keep it
like
going.
like the journey, even like the rough roads, and then the healing process is a huge thing, because then you can identify toxic people.
Yeah.
And you can identify bad energy, and then you can create boundaries.
Mhm.
And then you tell yourself, like, oh yeah, I don't want to work with this person.
Yeah.
It's not I'm not gonna stop my day to make 1 pound of ahi bombs for you, kind of thing. You know, like I love you,
Yeah.
but I'm not. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean? But like it's like not forgetting about the people,
Mhm.
but really just trying to create boundaries where you're like, you feel good as a person, and you don't feel bad because some people make you feel bad for creating boundaries.
Yeah.
But it's like, no.
Yeah.
Boundaries are healthy
And they're needed.
and they're needed,
Very much
because
needed.
people can take advantage. And those are the main people. The ones that are unhealed are the ones breaking all those boundaries.
And I think there's a misconception of people like thinking like, I don't hate somebody. I don't I mean, for me, it's just like these boundaries. I'm okay with setting the boundaries, and no, like if you're either you're gonna stay within these boundaries, and no, because if not, I'm gonna move on. And it's not
Right.
because I hate you or I don't like you. It's just more so like I know the environment or the people that I need around, and if it's not gonna do favor for me to get to where I need to get to for me to grow, then it's okay. I mean, hey, I can love you from afar,
Release.
or we can be good, but that's it, you know. And that's I think a lot of people struggle with that.
Yeah.
And they continue to just keep people
People
thinking that,
pleasing.
people like, I'm just gonna keep them there. But no, like it's the environment that you stay in. It's gonna seep into you at some point.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes. And then that's why I always say, you are who you're amongst in your group
Yeah.
of circle. So some people say, "Oh, this is my group of circle. And this is my circle."
Yeah.
But it's like if you're not growing and they're not inspiring you, then you're in a cage.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
good.
Yeah. So you gotta and the people that you leave behind or not. I don't like to use that, but you move forward, and then some of them they really look at you and they go, "Wow," but it's like if you really love me, you'd be
Yeah.
happy for my growth.
Yep. Yep.
And we
To see where you've come
Yeah.
and where you're at now.
and then that's what I've experienced through this journey was I seen a lot of people get jealous, and then I've seen a lot of people support and ride that wave with me. And then it's like, oh, what is she doing as far as business? So whenever I do like pop-ups and stuff, I have all my friends' businesses, and then I have them jump on with me, and I'm like, why don't you sell your clothing line? Like, why don't you sell your cookies? Like, I just make it one big thing under one umbrella.
And that type of thing is going to just go right back to you and continue to feed and fuel your success. Is because you're creating a platform, you're creating an environment where others can succeed. I mean, I want to go back to something that you touched upon though, is loving yourself, is because and healing from it, because it is important. And I want to share this. I don't talk about stuff to blast my ex-wife. Me and my ex-wife have, like, everybody's different, but me and my ex-wife came a long way, and we have a really good friendship relationship because of our kids. But I'm going to touch upon something. She told me that when we were married, and she pissed me off. Like what? She told me, Rod, I love you, but I don't need you, right? And for me as a guy, this is just from my perspective. I just want to share this because I think for men, we kind of need to hear it. And it kind of was spurred upon me when you're talking about it. But when you do something, I'm sure on the supportive side too, you may have felt this too, right? When you work long hours, when you're sacrificing, when you're on the grind, and you're doing it because you're supporting somebody, when you hear something like I don't need you, you're like, what? But fuck, I just worked 12 hours. I just worked all night. I slept for 3. I'm doing all of these things, and you don't need me? I'm paying, like, for me back then, it was like, I got this. We got a house. We got a truck. We got all this stuff. The kids are taken care of. Like, how do you not need me, right?
Right.
But I'm glad she told me that, because after our divorce, I learned what it was. I learned probably what you learned too, how to love ourselves. Loving ourselves is like, we got to learn how to make ourselves happy. Whether it's following in the passion, cooking, for me, sports coaching, finding that passion, finding the things that makes us happy, right? Looking in the mirror, like you said, and loving that person in the mirror. And I think I grew a lot in that sense because, like, I finally learned what it meant to love myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when you love yourself, when there's people that just don't fit your mold and they don't fit in, the boundaries and barriers, it's so easy to let them go because it's like, I'm good. I'm gonna be good at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Sometimes I tell myself, I think I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life because, probably I'm very like, now it's like, we had but it's just not. You know what I mean? And before, I think sometimes we get accustomed to kind of like people that fit like what we kind of used to, and we stay with them longer than expected. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because that's what we're comfortable with.
Right.
But like you touched upon earlier, like sometimes you got to break that comfort.
Yeah, you got to always.
And at the end of the day, if you can learn how to love yourself, I mean, sky's the limit. You know what I mean? But I'm glad that you shared your experience. I'm glad. Thank you for bringing that up for me. And I hope, with this platform, we're always dropping gems, and the gems and the things that we drop is just off of experience. And that's why I love this platform. I love, having people like yourself come on, be super transparent about experiences, because especially in the Polynesian culture, we don't get this. You're not going to hear Polys talk back in the day and be like, oh, I went through a divorce. It's like, hey, enough. Or you good? Yeah. And so this is what this platform is. It still takes a village. We still, we're still growing, evolving, and we're learning. And we know that, we don't want to lose our touch of the foundations before, but we got to evolve, As we kind of wrap this up, who is, you name some people, but right now, who is a village of yours or community of yours that you want to just shout out, give love to, that's continue to help pave this way for you on your journey to success?
I want to. There's a lot of people.
Shout them out.
Yeah.
Shout them out.
I want to thank Mark Mean Hawaii, huge supporter, and family, and always there personally to check up on me and help me grow on my social media, and always there helping me promote and market other people's businesses as well. I always ask him for a favor for a friend, and he's always said yes. He never told me no. Also, my cousin Vicky, they own Certified Electrical Services. Hit them up. That's my main cousin. So my cousin she's my ride. She helped me through my divorce. And still, I call her for everything.
Yeah.
And she's super smart. And she got her husband to open his own electric company, electrician's company.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever that's called.
Tomato, electrical.
Yeah. So and you know what? They local owned business, and then please, hey, if you guys need electrical services, I think that's what it's called. Certified electrical services. I'm sorry. Hit them up. Who else? There's just so much people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you
everybody.
can't get to them, you know that Shan loves you. She appreciates you.
Chef Kale, for sure.
Ooh, Chef Kale.
Sam Choi, we love you. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I cannot forget my mom.
Go. You
Yeah.
better not. You better not.
My mom, she's amazing. My brother, my sister that works really hard, and my other sister.
Your sisters get names? Or no?
Brad, Chrissy, and my brother CJ.
I got you siblings. I got you siblings.
Yeah. And also my girlfriend and her family that has, provided like opportunities for me out of country. So the Lupendo family out in
Ooh.
Tahiti. And hit them up because
Tahiti.
they do Airbnb in Tahiti. So hit me up because they have a big beach house and they rent it out. So all of you, and they do food and lodging and all that fun stuff. And
Hey.
transportation.
This is like Costco wholesale over here. Hey, you like travel package,
Yeah.
you like rent a car.
Yeah.
Hey, I love it. I
And
love
then
it.
like a bigger the dream, the bigger the price.
You know what I mean? You go from this to this.
Yeah.
You like one third sheet bill?
Yeah.
Hey,
You know
keep
what?
adding on.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, but I love it though. At the end of the day, like for me, I want people to shout it out because the thing is we support people and I always feel like it goes full circle. You got anything else to say before we wrap this up?
No, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank
yeah,
you.
I had fun, and I mean, we can make your shoyu chicken dumpling anytime.
I'm telling you, gonna be the number one hit. She wait. No, but Shan, I appreciate you. This has been
Thank
it's
you.
been a while because we were supposed to do this kind of a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful that we this opportunity came and we could make it out. Thank you for not missing your flight.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, should I? No, I can't do that because you know how many times we can cancel.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
Yeah, but then I was like, timing was right too because I felt like if we did it prior,
Yeah.
I was kind of like living a more aggressive
Yeah.
state. Now I'm more peaceful. My peace
More
is
calm.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Do you? I do me. I'm good.
Yeah, we
You
good.
know?
We good.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to touch up on your little.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. MMA.
Oh, man,
No,
we'll do on part 2.
We'll do another one.
Yeah, we'll
we'll
do
do
another
a sports
Yeah.
edition.
And we have to talk about it when I come and learn how to actually cook, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, worst cooks in Hawaii, starring you know who.
Let's go.
No, but hey, Village fans, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Chan, once again, thank you for
Thank you.
making and committing. I appreciate that. I hope that you guys embraced a lot of stuff that you guys heard today. I loved it, man. Like this, my first time meeting Shan, and I mean, I feel like this thing we just knocked it out the park.
Yeah. Yeah.
True talk story, and that's how it should be. But once again, I hope you guys stay blessed. All is well, and let's go, man. You know what it is? What it is? The Village, baby.
The Village.
And Kapikahi grinds
Chef Shan. Kabukai Ray.
with the shoyu dumpling
Show you dumpling.
special.
Extra sauce.
Hello, everybody.